Hey everyone, it's Christy. The bones of Saint Nicholas, who inspired the story of Santa Claus, have mystified the world for nearly 1,700 years following his death. Housed in the Basilica di San Nicola in Bari, Italy, the relics include his skull, long and short bones, numerous tiny fragments, and even small stones. In the 1950s, the tomb of the 4th century bishop was opened for the first time since 1089 during renovations, allowing the relics to be carefully examined. The bones, which had lain undisturbed for 866 years, were found scattered in the tomb with clear liquid at the bottom and moisture still in the marrow cavities. Church officials proclaimed the site as a remarkable preservation that confirmed their authenticity and set the stage for the mysterious fluid known as the manna of St. Nicholas. The manna, an aromatic liquid, has been used for centuries to perform miraculous healings as it is applied to the sick or added to a drink. The remains date back around 343 AD, when St. Nicholas died, and belong to the early Christian bishop who lived in what is now modern-day Turkey during the Roman Empire. St. Nicholas is revered by both Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox Christians, and became famous for his acts of generosity, particularly secret gift-giving, such as leaving coins in people's shoes. After his parents died in an epidemic, Nicholas distributed their wealth to the poor, and he became the patron saint of merchants, brewers, and toy makers. One legendary story recounts how he rescued 3 girls from being forced into prostitution by dropping gold coins through a window so their father could pay dowries for them. Many of the details of his life were recorded long after his death, leaving only fragmentary contemporary evidence of his miracles. Though his reputation passed into the figure of Father Christmas or Santa Claus, St. Nicholas's remains are preserved in Bari, where they continue to inspire devotion. Every May 9th, pilgrims gather at the Basilica as the relics release the sweet-smelling fluid, a phenomenon first reported centuries ago in Myra, Turkey, where he was originally buried. Archaeologists have not definitively found his untouched tomb, but recent excavations in 2022 to 2024 at the St. Nicholas Church in Demre uncovered the original church floor and a potential, well-preserved limestone sarcophagus that might hold his remains. St. Nicholas was Bishop of Myra, and by the 6th century, pilgrims were already reporting that the remains exuded a liquid capable of healing the sick. Legend has it that Italian sailors stole the bones from the tomb in 1087 to protect them from invading Turks, bringing them back to Italy. Adam English, author of The Saint Who Would Be Santa Claus, calls it essentially a holy robbery, noting that some fragments of the bones were left behind and later taken by Venetian sailors, now housed in the Church of St. Nicholas in the Lido, Venice. Once in Bari, the relics continued to exude the same sweet-smelling liquid, whereas the remains in Venice did not. Initially believed to be myrrh or another aromatic oil, scientific testing in 1925 at the University of Bari determined that the fluid was water. Nevertheless, believers continue to ascribe healing powers to the manna, which is gathered annually, diluted in larger containers, and bottled for pilgrims. Father Gerardo Ciaffari, director of the Centro Studi Nicolaiani at the Basilica, explained the ritual. On the evening of May 9th, the feast of the translation of St. Nicholas from Myra to Bari in 1087, the stone sarcophagus is opened. In the crowded crypt, the Archbishop of Bari extracts 1 or 2 glasses of the water that has formed around the saint's bones over the year. A father of the Dominican community pours this manna into large containers of blessed water, which is then used to fill small bottles for sick pilgrims. Occasionally, extremely small bottles of pure manna are given as relics, but only after official requests from the Orthodox or Catholic hierarchy. St. Nicholas's connection to Santa Claus emerged centuries later. By the 16th century, stories of his generosity became widespread, particularly in Holland, where his feast day, December 6th, is still celebrated in many European countries. His acts of secret gift-giving inspired the traditions we now associate with Father Christmas. Skeptics have suggested that the manna might simply be condensation forming in the tomb of the saint. However, devotees argue that there is no way water could naturally seep into the crypt. They point to the exhumation in 1954, when the bones themselves reportedly perspired a fluid, and the linen sheet containing the relics was found to be wet. From 1980 onward, the extraction of the manna has been formally performed every year, maintaining the mysterious tradition that continues to draw pilgrims from around the world. The combination of history, legend, and the inexplicable fluid ensures that the relics of St. Nicholas remain a source of fascination nearly 1,700 years after his death. Whether seen as a miracle, a historical curiosity, or both, the ritual surrounding the relics of St. Nicholas continues to captivate believers and skeptics alike, linking the life of an early Christian bishop to one of the world's most enduring cultural icons, Santa Claus. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to help our community grow. Bye for now. I'll see you next time.